Will you lead me to paradise?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Curtis, and today I'm going to review episode 3 of Smoke. The episode begins with Michelle inside of an office getting a psych evaluation. The person who is evaluating her is attempting to extract information out of her in regards to the shooting, but she's not willing to give up any truthful information. The evaluator decides to pivot and inquire about her time as an undercover cop. Michelle tells her that she was an undercover cop with Vice, and the evaluator tells her that leadership normally picks people who are manipulative and people who have attachment orders to go undercover. Michelle tells her that she is aware that she is manipulative and has attachment issues, but that's just who she is. And she goes on to tell the woman evaluating her that she feels invincible because no matter how hard someone tries to hurt her, it will never be as bad as what someone has already done to her. The evaluator tells her that she's going to run into a brick wall, and she says, I may, but not right now. And I'm not sure how, but she was able to convince her to sign off on the papers, and she's able to go back to work. I do think it is very important to note that she did reach out to Gustin on the phone, and she basically let him know the news that she is going to be able to come back to work. And she also lets him know that she's going to continue to investigate the fires. And Gustin, he does look a little bit startled, but he pretends as if everything is okay. There are two quick scenes after this, so I'm just going to put them together. Emmett and his father have a small back and forth about him leaving, and then Gustin also apologizes to his wife about what happened and lets her know that he plans to be there for her and Emmett. Next, we see Michelle going to meet 3 individuals to try to get information about some of the fires that have happened in the area, but she does not receive any valuable information from them. She gets in her car and starts driving before stopping at the stop sign that has holes in it, and she asks herself, does the arsonist respect stop signs? She throws a coin out of the window, and then she gets out of the car, goes to get it, and it appears that this sparks something in her. And so then she starts driving around and she starts throwing coins out of random spots before ending up back at the stop sign. She ends up getting out, and as she's walking, she notices that there's a cigarette out there. And so she's digging around, and she's able to get the cigarette, and it actually resembles the one from evidence. And so what she does is she sends it off to be tested, but she's told that it cannot be tested because it's not a part of an active investigation, and also because the cigarette did not start a fire inside of the forest. After this, we see Freddie, who has a haircut and is dressed up, trying to clean the grill but is struggling to do so. His co-worker is questioning him about the management position and is basically trying to figure out if he's ready for the interview. Freddie continues to try to clean the grill but has to stop once the fire erupts on the grill. Freddie, he freezes, and I thought this was kind of strange because if he's the person that's setting fires, he should be used to those. So I thought that was kind of weird. I wasn't sure maybe if he's being framed or not, but that's something to keep in mind. And so he does freeze, and his coworker steps in and puts out the fire. And then after he puts it out, he actually pushes Freddie, and Freddie kind of looks at him like he was ready to beat him up. And I was like, wait a minute, Freddie, don't do that. You're trying to get a new job. And so Freddie, I guess he thinks about it. He's like, you know what? It's not even worth it. And then he just walks out. There are two quick scenes after this where Michelle finds out that one of the arsonists went to a grocery store that only sells black plastic grocery bags, which is very important because there are only 2 stores in the area that uses black plastic bags. And we also see Freddie at the interview, and I must say it was quite painful to watch. It looks like he may have bombed it. Next, we see Michelle and her niece Sophie. Sophie tells her that someone's been picking on her at school, and this prompts Michelle to have a flashback to her childhood, in which we see that someone actually locked her in the closet and left the house while it was on fire. And it turns out that it was actually her mother who locked her in the closet, and I can tell you I was super surprised. The following day, Michelle goes to the parole meeting to talk about her mother, and she tells them that she does not want her to be free due to her locking her in the closet, and then also as far as like the house fire, right? And she also tells them that she wants her mother to apologize to her. And then out of nowhere, one of the people on the board said, why do you want your mom to apologize to you? She was saying that she was protecting you. Like, what do you need an apology for? And I was just like, what? And then Michelle, I guess she can't take it. I couldn't take it as a viewer, so I know she couldn't take it. She gets up and storms out of the room, and I did not blame her. Later that day, we see a woman washing her car in the backyard. She hears the doorbell, so she walks to the front of the house, but no one is there. She walks back to the backyard. She sees a man who is wearing a hoodie set her car on fire. Once the man realizes that she saw him, he runs away. Michelle and Gustin, they arrive on the scene and question the woman about what happened. Gustin asks her if the person was limping. She says she's unsure. And then Michelle asks her if the man was wearing gloves, and this actually alarms Gustin a little bit, and she says that she does not recall. At the end of the episode, we see another flashback of Michelle inside the closet, and someone actually comes and frees her. And then the next thing you know, we hear a gunshot, and then blood splatters all over her face. We also see Sophie's father confirm Michelle about the hearing, and he actually grabs her arm and pulls her towards him quite aggressively. And I was so confused because they had such great banter a little bit earlier, but then we found out that he is drunk. And, that's not an excuse at all, but he was drunk. But I was just thinking to myself, like, all right, brother, you better chill out or you're going to end up like Arch. And that was the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. You all have a great rest of your day. Bye.